Well, what you're seeing is the Oklahoma redbud, and of course redbud is our state tree, and Greg and I have found out that really redbud is a great example, hopefully, to talk to you about genus, species, cultivar, variety. And it sounds very confusing. Now you actually have the true native one, Greg. Tell us a little bit more about that one.
Right, this is Cercis canadensis, variety canadensis. Our native redbud runs all the way from Texas to Canada, all the way to the East Coast. It belongs to the variety canadensis because it has the dull leaf surface. It's a good example of a native tree that happens to be cultivated widely in the nursery trade.
Now, as I understand it, the way that these other varieties or cultivars have come around is just started as seedlings, right?
Exactly. That's one way cultivars can get started. In this case, this is forest pansy. It's a purple-leafed selection of the native eastern redbud. So it's Cercis canadensis, variety canadensis, but a seedling popped up in a nursery that had purple leaves. So it was given the cultivar status, which you see in single quotes, of forest pansy, the purple-leafed redbud.
Now, and that means the only way that you can get forest pansy is to propagate it, right?
Right. This is propagated strictly from buds or grafting, so it has to be vegetatively propagated to make it a cultivar. A variety is something that seeds naturally in the wild and maintains that status, and a good example of variety would be the Oklahoma redbud. In this case, in the wild, from Oklahoma down through Texas into Mexico, you have a shiny leaf form. It's the variety texensis. In this case, it happens to be a cultivar selected in Oklahoma that had real pretty flowers and really thick shiny leaves, and it was given the cultivar status of the Oklahoma redbud, or the cultivar Oklahoma.
Now, Greg, again, that was fast, and sometimes that's confusing to us. So what we're seeing here is cultivars, but if they see it in a book or on a tag, how would you see that written out? Usually, explain to us a little bit about its genus first, species, and...
The correct way that it's written out is the genus, the first word. Every plant on earth has a two-word name. The first word is capitalized, the genus. The second word, the species, in this case canadensis, it's lowercase letters, and both of those are either underlined or italicized. The variety name is written in lowercase letter and underlined and italicized, and what's most important for us is the cultivar name is written in capital letters in single quotes, and that's where we get the Oklahoma redbud and the forest pansy.
And I know you're a bottom line guy, and the bottom line to this is if you don't know those things and you can't go to the garden centers and ask for it correctly, you may not get what
Exactly.
you're
You have to go and find Oklahoma on the tag or forest pansy on the tag to ensure that you're going to get a shiny leaf or a purple leaf, or you might just end up with a wild redbud with dull leaves and inconspicuous
and sometimes
flowers.
more pest problems in
Exactly.
that
If you
particular
notice,
case.
the Oklahoma redbud or the variety texensis actually has shinier, more pest-resistant foliage than the native version, where it gets leaf spot and some bugs and the wind has tattered the foliage.
We hope you've enjoyed this classic from the Oklahoma Gardening Vault. Remember, even though these tips and techniques are timeless, there's always something new to learn in the world of gardening. By subscribing to both Oklahoma Gardening and OK Gardening Classics, you'll have access to a wealth of gardening knowledge, both classic and contemporary.